Hi everyone, Razimir Sajidi here, your VP of Membership and Marketing, coming to you with our latest edition of the Minute Minutes. So ATHE's Governing Council met for a mid-year meeting on February 4th, 2023 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. During this time, we had a really fruitful conversation about the upcoming conference, about a newly proposed focus group, as well as about ATHE's journals, book awards and awards moving forward, and conversations around ATHE's financial viability and ways in which ATHE is currently struggling financially. Since we won't be getting the fully drafted minutes to the membership for a few months, this Minute Minutes is our approach to bringing the membership into the conversation as much as possible and as soon as we can. So, first up, the members responded so well to our call to action for the 2023 conference. ATHE received 255 session submissions this year. 37 of them were selected for a second call round, so look out for a second call for these sessions, which will be coming out in March. We also had a conversation about our membership meeting, ways in which it can be more a site of deliberations, way that it can be interactive for the members as opposed to required protocol. And finally, the Austin Local Subcommittee has been doing incredible work reaching out to local artists, who will be bringing performances and workshops to our Austin conference. So please, if you are coming to Austin, check those out. They're going to be so exciting. Moving on, the Governing Council approved the formation of the DTAP focus group. DTAP stands for Disability, Theater, and Performance. We are so excited to have this new focus group as a part of ATHE's family. The proposal passed unanimously, and we are thrilled to see the kind of work that DTAP will be doing at this conference and in future years in ways that we can collaborate across focus groups as much as possible. If you're going to Austin, please keep a lookout for DTAP sessions and try and stop in and support this new, burgeoning, exciting focus group that is delivering so much to our membership right now. Next topic, the Governing Council is thinking about how to better support and make more equitable and accessible the work of and for the journals that ATHE supports. So we've had a lot of conversations about who is submitting to theater journals and theater topics, who are peer reviewers, who thinks that they can submit, what do these journals serve, and who do they serve? And we are really trying to make sure that the work of these journals reflects the membership of ATHE and is also as effective as possible in really supporting theater and higher education at large. One of the things that we talked about was the difficulty of the journal editors to find peer reviewers. So one idea that came up was to send out a survey to ATHE members and see if anybody would like to self-volunteer themselves as peer reviewers and on what topics they might consider themselves specialists. So keep an eye out for that. Another conversation we had was in and around the Book and Editing Awards, which, yes, are on pause for this year's conference, but still we are going to try and celebrate our members' labor by having a celebration of the authors and of the productions of our scholars and practitioners this year. So look out for an email with a link to Google Forms, and in those you can submit any books that you have had published this year or any productions that you've been a part of that you are particularly proud of. We want to celebrate the work of our practitioners and artists and working artists as much as we are and have historically celebrated the work of scholars, authors, playwrights historically. Next up, ATHE, yes, continues to struggle financially. That is unfortunately a reality of the organization in this moment, post-pandemic, still 3 years after the pandemic began. The main expense for ATHE continues to be the conference and the fact that it is very difficult to break even on this conference. One of the things that we've been doing over the past few years is trying to rebalance how much of ATHE's overall spending goes to the conference as opposed to non-conference activities, work, etc. We moved this year from the past year from having 62% of the budget being conference related and 38% being non-conference related. In the upcoming year, we will have 57% conference related and 43% non-conference related. So we're slowly moving this in a direction to rebalance the impact of the conference on our financial viability. Since there have been a lot of conversations around conferences and what conferences are doing and the expense of these conferences, we currently have no hotel contract for ATHE 2024. So we are exploring as a governing council, as focus group representatives, etc., we're exploring how best to do the conference next year in a way that really honors ATHE's values while not costing ATHE's members and the organization more than we can actually afford. So some ideas that have been thrown out are moving to a biannual conference, maybe having an in-person conference every other year, alternating with a virtual conference. We are in the midst of making these decisions. It is an ongoing conversation, and we are really hoping to have as much feedback and thoughts, questions, concerns voiced from the ATHE membership as possible as the governing council makes this decision moving forward. Keep an eye out for emails from your focus group representatives asking for feedback and thoughts, and please feel free to join this conversation that the governing council is heading as we are making some pretty large, heavy decisions about ATHE's future as a conference organization. So these were all the main points that came up during ATHE's mid-year meeting this year for the Governing Council. Feel free to reach out with any questions, concerns, comments, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you in Austin in a few months. Have a great rest of your winter.